And that, ladies and gentlemen, will open the door for... I've read and studied more than 20 of these dark psychological books and they're great, but 80% of the time they're repeating the same thing over and over. I've gathered the most important things that all of these books revolves around and put them in this video. And I'm sure after watching this video, you know more than 75 to 85% of all those books combined. I've put the best one at the end, so make sure to listen carefully. The first and probably the most important thing that every single one of these books talks about when dealing with other people is controlling your emotions. And not just the bad ones like anger and frustration, joy, sadness, fear, lust. Your emotions are the gateway to your mind. When you let your emotions take over you, it's really hard to use logic and reasoning. We always want to be in charge of our actions and make the best decision possible. And emotions will easily open the door for others to have an influence on you. How many times have you seen someone do something impulsive when they're angry and later regret it? Probably a lot. Or how many times have you seen someone do some stupid shit for getting the attention of a girl or a boy? Suicides are the result of not controlling your emotions when you're sad. So just imagine the extent of what other people can make you do unknowingly by just provoking your emotions. And it's actually super common when you pay attention to it. People always trying to stir up your emotions. So just ask yourself, what would the result of my action be? For example, you're walking down the street and some random guy insults you. You can punch him in the face and break his nose. You feel good at the moment, but later you have to deal with the lawsuit and the police, lose 2 or 3 days of work, and potentially get fined for assaulting a citizen. Or you can just walk away. I know sometimes you should absolutely defend your dignity, but most of the time it's just an impulsive move. It's not a matter of you not being capable of doing it. It's a matter of you being in control of your emotions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Roman emperors and a great philosopher, said in his book, "Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been." And when you think about it, it's so simple yet so effective. It's always about your perception of that event, what you want to perceive from that interaction. Someone gave a really great example about this topic. I don't remember his name, but he said, when someone swears at you in another language, you don't do anything. You may even laugh at their expressions. So just pretend that you don't understand them. Just ask yourself, is that person that powerful and influential that I should behave as he wants me to behave? And most of the time, that person isn't even worth talking to. The second thing is other people's perception of you. You can find this in all of those books, without an exception. You've definitely heard or perhaps said, "I don't care about what other people think about me." And that statement just shows that you know nothing about human interactions. And I don't mean that in a condescending way, because almost everyone thinks like that, which means you can have an edge over them. Our lives are constituted of human interactions. The way you present yourself to your boss, the interviewer, that high-level person that you want to befriend, the investors that may invest in your company. When those interactions can change your life in a drastic way, how can you possibly say that you don't care about other people's opinion? Yes, sometimes some people are actually hating or trying to get to your head, or they're trying to help but they lack the information and the knowledge needed for that thing. So it's up to you to differentiate whose opinion matters the most. And even if their opinion doesn't matter, never be disrespectful. I think nowadays there's a trend on social media that everyone wants to just look cool. Oh yeah, I'm an anarchist, I don't care about the social norms, I'm who I am, take it or leave it. And it's like, sure, now what? You don't want people, important people, to like you? You don't want to be respected when walking into a room? Human interactions are an inseparable part of our lives, and without using them to your advantage, you tremendously decrease your chances of succeeding. Okay, now we have talked about the problem. Let's talk about how to actually fix it. It's actually really interesting. You don't even have to like someone or share the same view as them to be respected by them. This is the part that everyone struggles with, because when two people don't agree on something, it usually ends in disrespect or perceived disrespect. That's the opposite of what we want. So try to avoid arguing. And if you sense that your discussion is going to have a bad ending, just nod. You don't have to change your opinion or kiss their ass for how intellectual they are. You've protected your values and respectfully ended that argument. Remember, respect is key here. The other thing that you should pay attention to is your looks. Always be clean and well dressed. Always. You don't know who you might meet, and dressing the proper way can easily boost the character that other people see you as. And for the love of God, hit the gym. Please, I'm begging you. Working out has countless advantages, but since we're just talking about looks, I'm not gonna name them all. I have a video about that. If you want to check it out, you can click here. When you're working out and it's visible on your body, it's like you're holding a sign that says, "I'm a hardworking person that can handle delayed gratification. You can trust me." And it also increases the level of your confidence like crazy. So don't hesitate. And the last point on this topic is, again, always be respectful and have a smile on. You don't believe what a simple smile can do for you. Again, you don't have to like that person to be respectful. I know it's hard, I know it's unbearable, but it's the right thing to do. By the way, I'm not just reciting facts from those books. These things have helped me a lot, and I can confidently say that they work. The third and the juiciest one is manipulation. This video wouldn't be completed without this one. You know, the word manipulation always had that negative and immoral tone to it, and I totally agree. But there are some benefits in learning it. Let's use the word persuasion from then on to clarify that we're talking about the ethical ways of doing it. There are two ethical benefits of learning it. First, to identify when someone is trying to manipulate you or make you do something that you don't intend. It's sort of like the first one I said. This is so important because it doesn't rely on emotions. You can be an emotionally stable person and still be fooled by the tricks they use. The second benefit is dealing with the stubborn people who have some sort of authority over you. Bosses, teachers, family members who shut down ideas the moment they hear them. But what if you could actually get them to listen without triggering their ego or resistance? Presenting your ideas in such a way that makes people want to agree with you, rather than pushing them into defense mode. This is like the second topic of this video. You see, all of them are connected in some sort of way. Okay, now we know the cause, let's talk about the solution. People love attention. In the book Art of Seduction, Robert Greene talks about women and how they never feel desired or appreciated enough. They want attention, but men are often distracted or unresponsive. So the fantasy figure for a woman would be someone who may be disloyal, dishonest, and immoral, but pays attention to her like nobody else in her life, even for a brief moment. And it's not just about women. Everyone loves attention. Maintaining eye contact, listening to what they have to say, asking them questions about the things that they said before to make them know that you've listened to them. These small things add up really fast. And now, you're a great listener. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will open the door for information. Information about their characteristics. Are they egotistical? Are they easily triggered? Do they resist sharing their thoughts with other people? If you put all these pieces together, you can identify the way to approach them. Persuasion is never fast. It requires time and the ability to not rush things or delayed gratification. So create your roadmap. The more you know, the better, and wait for the right time to deploy them. If you want to know a bit more in depth, I've gathered the best 5 laws in the book 40 Laws of Power, one of the greatest and most controversial books in the history of mankind. You can click here and watch that. Thanks for watching this video. Please comment your ideas. I answer all of them. Without exchanging ideas, we won't grow as a society. See you in the next video. For now, goodbye.